All right, welcome, you guys. So my name is Gediminas, and today I really think you could benefit from this training because this is all about DMO, which stands for Daily Method of Operation. Now, from my experience, people who get the best results in a network marketing business are people who are consistent. And there is no way that I know of how to be more consistent than doing actions daily. You see, when you do something daily, it becomes a habit. And those things that become habits become easy to do. And when it's easy to do, it is pleasure to do it. And when something is pleasure to do it, you tend to do it all the time. So for me personally, and for many people that I work with, they found that doing things every single day in your business gets a lot easier than doing things when you feel like it, when it's a good weather outside, etc. So today I wanted to share with you my daily method of operation, what sort of things I do every single day and how I track them. And perhaps it will be useful for you too. Perhaps you will be able to use that in your business and apply some of these things. Now, it doesn't mean that your daily method of operation, your plan of action has to be exactly the same how Gediminas plan of action, definitely not, but maybe you will adopt it to yourself where you can use something similar. So as you can see, I'm sharing with you the actual checklist that I use. So it's a 31-day checklist. So this way you have the whole month in front of you, and every single day you can track your activities. So it also quite visual because you can print the sheet out and literally tick the boxes every single day of the activities that you've done, and obviously the ones you haven't done you don't tick. So you quite visually see what's going on in your business and where you need to work on and what things you're doing well, etc. So let's actually look through this daily method of operation and what sort of actions go in it. Now, number one on the list is Facebook messages. I believe that's probably the most expensive, most important task that you can do is actually talking to people, prospecting. Because especially at the beginning, when you're just getting started on social media, you haven't got a massive following, you're not Kardashian, and people are not messaging you by thousands every single day, then you need to reach out to people. A lot of people in network marketing are reactive. They say, well, if somebody asks for my product, I'm surely going to sell it to them. If somebody comes to me and messages me, of course, I'm going to reply to them, but they are not reaching out to people by themselves. And that's a mistake. So for me, one of the main activities every single day is to reach out to people on Facebook and message them, right? So it can be people on your friends list, it can be your followers, it can be people in groups, it can be people all over social media, right? Whoever you can message and start conversations, the more conversations you start, the more customers you're going to have, the more business partners you're going to have. Now, it's important to understand that our job is not to convince people, but to sort through people. That means a lot of people are going to say no to you. Yes. A lot of people not going to open your message and not even going to see it. Yes. A lot of people are going to see your message and not going to respond to you. Yes. And that's all totally fine because you are sorting through people. You got 7 billion people on this planet, and trust me, you're not going to ever run out of people to talk to. So your job is to sort through people, not to convince people to join your business or buy a product who don't want to do that. Your job is to find the people who are already looking for the type of product you sell. Find the people who are already looking for a way to earn extra income and help those people. So that's number one activity. And for this activity, I like to actually write in the number in there so that I know exactly how many messages I've sent out that day. The second activity is Facebook Live. Just before coming on here on the Zoom with you guys, I did a Facebook Live on my timeline, in my group, and on my Facebook page in 3 places at the same time. I'm using StreamYard. There's a platform called StreamYard where you can actually stream into 3 places at the same time, but you don't have to use it. You can just go on Facebook and do a live, right? Lives really helped my business. I've attracted thousands of people using lives into my audience. I sold lots of products, lots of trainings. I've recruited loads of people, all because of Facebook Lives. I do Facebook Lives on my profile, in my groups, on my Facebook pages, etc. And it's one of the most effective ways. Until TikTok and Facebook and Instagram Reels, it was hands down number one way to provide content on social media. Now the TikToks and Reels are starting to compete with Lives, and they're getting on similar level of effectiveness. But before that, Facebook Live was the only thing. Over the last 3 years or so, I did about 2,500 live broadcasts. I've been doing 1, 2, sometimes 3 lives every single day. Now, my favorite format for a live broadcast is useful information plus call to action plus sale. What does that mean? If you come on live and you grab your product and go, hey, have a look at my amazing product, buy one, get one, who wants to buy my product? How does that look like? It looks like an advertisement, doesn't it? Now, let me ask you a question. When you're watching TV and an ad comes up, what do? You go to your family, shh, 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 everybody quiet down. An advertisement. Let's all watch it. Let's see what they're selling to us. Is that what you do? Or you go make a cup of tea, or you go to the loo, or you go and have a cigarette, or whatever, right? Most likely, you're not paying attention when the ad comes on the television, because your brain has been used to, being conditioned just to ignore advertising. So if you go on social media and every video you do is just advertising, people are just going to ignore it. However, if let's say I've got let's say this product, right? I've got a screen cleaner, right? And let's say I want to sell this screen cleaner, right? Now I could just go, hey, do you need to clean your computer screen? Do you need to clean your phone screen? Buy this product from me, right? But that looks like an advertisement. Instead, I could maybe go on and say 5 tips how to keep your screens in your home clean. And by the end of it, go, and by the way, I've got a great product that also helps me to keep my screens clean. If you want to get one, just drop me a message, right? Or it could be a food supplement, right? Let's say I have a food supplement that helps to lose weight. Instead of going live and trying to sell the food supplement, I could go live and share 15 tips how to quickly lose weight. And by the end of that video, say, and by the way, I've got an incredible product that actually is helping me to lose weight. If you want to know more about it, just drop me a message. Now, what happens is, because I gave them 10 minutes of value, good, useful tips, and then at the end, I did a 30-second commercial, nobody minds that. Nobody's bothered by that. Some people will buy, some people won't, but everybody got value because they got some useful tips. So not only people will watch these videos, they'll come back to watch more, they'll like, they will comment, they're even going to share that video, which is going to allow me to get even more customers, even more business partners. So that's the formula for the Facebook Live. Next one is Facebook Story. So every single day you should be putting into Facebook Stories. Facebook Story lasts for 24 hours. So after 24 hours, it's gone. So that means at least every 24 hours, you should post something on your Facebook Story. Next one is Facebook Reel. So like I mentioned, probably the newest addition in Facebook and Instagram is the Reels. And that's basically an effect of TikTok, right? So when TikTok introduced this new algorithm where you can put a video and then the whole world can see that video, then quickly Instagram and Facebook added the same thing. They introduced Reels, and here you can also put a video, and instead of just your friends seeing it, the whole world potentially can see it, right? So I just got a reel that I posted about 3 weeks ago when we were in Dubai, and that reel already got about 100,000 views. Only through that reel, I got about 600 new followers on Facebook, all who I can contact now and introduce them to my business or my product, right? So Reels are an incredible thing. I personally don't actually do Facebook Reels. What I do TikToks, and then I save the TikTok and I upload it to Instagram Reels and Facebook Reels. So highly, highly recommend. If you haven't started using them, really, really useful thing to do. Then, of course, Facebook posts, again, I'd recommend at least 1 post a day, but if you can intensify that and do 2 posts, 3 posts a day, maybe 1 picture with text, maybe 1 video, maybe 1 live, maybe 1 quote or something to mix it up, that's totally cool. Then I've got separately Facebook page posts. So if you have a business page, because I've got a few business pages where I'm also posting, so that's a separate thing. And then you got share to Facebook groups. Now, this is a double task, because you can share obviously to your own groups. So if you have a customer group, if you have a business opportunity group, if you have a some sort of a special interest group, you can post to your groups, but also you can post to other people's groups. So let's say you do a post on your timeline on your Facebook, right? Maybe about the product, maybe about the business opportunity, maybe about something else. Then you can share that post into other people's groups, right? So imagine you did a post, I don't know, about a product, and well, only your friends are going to see that post, right? But what if you share that post into buy and sell groups, advertisement groups, other types of groups where there are hundreds of thousands of people, sometimes millions of people? Then that post potentially will be seen by more people, right? Then the next one is Facebook story comments. So that means commenting on other people's stories. So, when you come on Facebook at the top, you see all of those stories from your friends. Now, when you comment on a story, what happens, it's not like a comment on a post where it just stays on the post. When you comment on somebody's story, that comment goes to them as a private message. They see basically that you've responded to the story and you commented. And my favorite formula to comment on a story is compliment plus a question. Let's say I see a story by Karen, right? And maybe she's cooking something, right? So I might comment on her story and say, wow, Karen, that looks delicious. Where did you get the recipe? Maybe I see a story by Coral and she's somewhere with a beautiful view. And I might say, wow, that's a beautiful view, Coral. Where are you guys, holidaying, right? Where you at? Almost 100% of people respond to that type of comment on the story, right? Because they put the story because they want other people to see it. And when you give them a compliment and you ask them a question, most people will respond. And that's how you can start conversations easily. Then the next one is join new groups. So, Facebook doesn't like when you do a lot of something in one go. So, mistake that many people make, they go on Facebook and they go and join 100 groups in one go and they get blocked. Or they go and send, 200 messages in one go and they get blocked. So you should be doing things gradually, right? So with the groups, imagine if you just joined, 3 groups a day. Over a month, that's 90 new groups that you've joined. It could be buy and sell groups, it could be health groups, it could be beauty groups, it could be groups by different locations, etc. Right? Like if I want to build my business in certain location, then I join groups that are in that location, right? Like if I want to expand my business in Miami, then I'm going to be joining groups around Miami, right? And that's how I can find people in Miami. Next one is Facebook memories posts. So I don't know if you guys use that, but what I do every single day, I go on my Facebook and I check my memories, right? So once you get on Facebook, you go onto memories and it basically shows you what you've posted in your stories year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and it shows you what you've posted on your timeline. So what that does, it basically makes your life easier. A lot of people keep asking me like, wow, Gediminas, how much time you spend on social media? Because it looks like you're posting all day long, right? Like, where do you get all the time? But what I do, I recycle, right? If I put this post 3 years ago, right, a text and a picture, what I can do now, I can just save the picture, copy the text and post it again. And it's a brand new post for you because you probably haven't followed me 3 years ago. But I didn't have to make this post. I've already made it 3 years ago. So you can check your old posts. And if you're posting regularly every single day, guess what happens? After 1 year, you have a post every single day. Now, if you post for 2 years, every single day new post, then every day now you have 2 posts, then 3 posts. You get what I'm saying? If you put a new post every single day, after 10 years, you have 10 posts that are ready-made for you in the memories. You have to copy paste them, right? And you don't even have to spend all of this time creating your content, right? Okay, so that's Facebook. Next, we'll move into Instagram. So on Instagram, again, first action, messages, right? Instagram messages. Now on Instagram, you don't have groups, so it's less people to message, right? But still, like the very least you should do is message your followers. If somebody new followed you on Instagram, are you messaging them? Hey, Clifton, thanks for messaging. Thanks for following me on Instagram. How are you? Right? And start a conversation with those people, right? And by the way, you should be doing that at every single platform. If somebody adds you as a friend or follows you on Facebook, send them a message. If somebody follows you on Instagram, send them a message. If somebody follows you on TikTok, send them a message. If somebody adds you on LinkedIn, guess what? Send them a message. Like that person already came to you. You didn't have to look for them. So not starting a conversation with them is simply criminal. Then Instagram Live. Now, Instagram Live is actually quite cool and quite effective because, first of all, less people do lives on Instagram than they do on Facebook. And also a cool way of doing lives on Instagram is doing it with somebody else. So did you know that other people can join your live? 1, 2, or maybe even 3 people. And the screen splits in few pieces. And then you can like just have a conversation with those people. So it's a great way to invite, for example, your team members and do like a type of interview with them where they're sharing like what product is their favorite and why and how it helped them, or they're sharing about business opportunity, why they like business opportunity, why they like working with your company, etc. What this does, it shows real people's stories about the product or the business and encourages your audience to basically comment or reach out to you and say, hey, I'm interested, I want to join that too. Then you have Instagram Story. Now, Instagram Story is actually my favorite stories of all platforms because it's the most versatile. You have the most functionality on Instagram Stories. On Instagram Stories, you've got filters. On Instagram Stories, you have active link that you can put like literally to your online shop or to your registration form. So Instagram stories are great, and usually I create my stories on Instagram, then save them, and I share them onto Facebook or TikTok, etc. Then you have Instagram post. So again, you can post a picture, you can post the picture and the text, you can do the carousel post, you know, on Instagram where you have to scroll to the side because there's like 2, 3, 4, up to 10 images. Of course, you can do a video and other things. And of course, Instagram Reels, which again, I just do a TikTok and I pop it onto Instagram Reels. Then you have Instagram story comments. So same way, you know, the people you follow on Instagram, you'll see their stories and go ahead and comment on those stories to start conversations. And again, use the formula, compliment plus a question. Cool. Then we go on to TikTok. So first action on TikTok is TikTok messages. Now, TikTok is slightly different because in order for you to message somebody on TikTok, they have to follow you and you have to follow them. So the easiest way for me personally is I simply post TikToks, and then when somebody follows me on TikTok, I follow back and then I message them. And again, I just go, hey, thanks for following me on TikTok. How's things? And again, I get a really, really good amount of replies on TikTok because not a lot of people actually message on TikTok. And the audience is totally different. Whereas my Facebook and my Instagram connections, most of them already at least heard of network marketing. A lot of them tried network marketing. So on TikTok, I'm finding a lot of people who not only haven't heard of our company, they haven't heard of network marketing. So it's a totally different audience, a little bit younger, but still I find many people who are my age and older than me, but great, great audience where you can definitely recruit. Last month, I've recruited about 30 people off of TikTok. So it's definitely works. It's definitely a good platform. The Messenger is not great in terms of you can't send pictures on TikTok messages or videos or links that are clickable. So I usually, when I made a connection with somebody on TikTok, then I invite them onto my Instagram or onto my Facebook. Then you have TikTok lives. So TikTok live, unlike the Instagram live where when you finish the live, or Facebook live where you finish the live and it just stays on your timeline, TikTok live doesn't stay, but you can save it onto your phone and then upload it as a recorded video onto TikTok. And your TikTok lives also will be shown not just to your followers, but the whole world basically. So you should be selling a little bit more aggressively on TikTok live than you would on a Facebook live or Instagram live. So, you know, where on Facebook live, I might do the whole video and give a call to action at the end of the video to offer something to buy. So on TikTok Live, you might want to do that 2 or 3 times throughout the live, because as people are coming on and off, on and off. Then you obviously have your TikTok posts. So these are the videos, the 15-second, 1 minute, 3 minutes, etc. And then you have TikTok stories, which again disappear after 24 hours as usual. Then you have LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is like a Facebook for professionals. Again, a lot of people on LinkedIn, and again, you've got LinkedIn posts and LinkedIn messages. Now, the reason why I like LinkedIn is also because of their search capabilities, which you can't really do that on Facebook or on other platforms. So if I go on LinkedIn and I put, for example, teacher, and then select people, it gives me people who are teachers, right? 3-year teacher, design teacher, kindergarten teacher, teacher of computer science, etc. So I can actually look for people by profession, which, I couldn't do that on Facebook that easily, or by location, right? I can put London, and then it gives me people who lives in London, 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 right? So it's a very good search capability on LinkedIn as compared to other social medias. So I like that bit. For example, if I get a team member who does really, really well, and let's say she's a hairdresser, then I can go on LinkedIn and message a bunch of hairdressers going, hey, I can see you're a hairdresser, and, my team member who's also a hairdresser just really is crushing it. Maybe you're interested. You know what I mean? Just find a reason to message people. Then we have email. So again, I build an email list of people, and then I email those people with my newsletter. Of course, I also email my team members, my customers, etc. And then you have Telegram. So some of you might not even be on Telegram. Telegram is a messaging platform similar to WhatsApp and Viber and similar type of apps. But what I also like about Telegram, that it gives you an opportunity to create your channel. So you can create a channel and start building your channel there as well, like getting people to subscribe to your channel. And then once you have that channel, you can also go live inside that channel. And of course, you can put posts and advertise things on that channel. Then I've got here podcast. So podcast is like an audio program. So instead of a video, a person just listens to a podcast, right? So when they in the gym or when they're driving, etc. So again, what I usually do, I upload my videos, the live broadcast that I do, I save those videos, I upload them onto YouTube, and then I grab the YouTube link. I just go to Google and I type in YouTube to MP3, because MP3 is a sound file. And then there's a bunch of websites that will convert your YouTube video into audio file, just the sound. And then I upload that sound onto my podcast so people can actually just listen if they, they can't watch the videos, etc. Then I've got YouTube. So again, every video that you do, doesn't matter whether that's Facebook Live, Instagram Live, TikTok Live, or any other video that you do, you should be uploading onto YouTube. The reason being is that YouTube is evergreen. What does that mean? You see, when you put a video on Facebook, somebody sees that the first day, loads of views, loads of comments. Second day, a little bit less. Third day, almost nothing. And then that video disappears into the abyss of Facebook, right? It gets pushed down and nobody's ever going to see that video again. But YouTube is like a search engine. It's like Google. People go on YouTube and search for things, right? Like how to lose weight, how to get rid of acne, how to do this, that, and the other. So if you upload your videos onto YouTube, those videos will be seen 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, etc. I've uploaded a couple of videos, that I still recruit people, even though I uploaded those videos like 4 or 5 years ago. I still, once in a while, get people reach out to me and go, hey, I just watched that video, can I join your team? That never happens on Facebook. So again, every video that you do, you should be uploading to your YouTube. The next one is blog. So blog is something that you do on your own website. So everything we discussed up until now is social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You don't have to, build the website. They already have the website. Blog is something that you do on your own website, right? So again, there's loads of different websites where you can do your own blog. There is WordPress, there is Wix, there is a bunch of different, if you just go on Google and type in, free blog, you'll have a bunch of websites where you can actually either write a blog or do a video blog where you just put your videos again. So again, what I do, I have my own website where I put, I write a text about what I spoke in the video, and then I actually put a video there. One, just to like drive traffic to that website, but also to ensure my content. Like I said, I made thousands of videos, and things happen. Sometimes Facebook shuts your account down. Sometimes YouTube closes your channel. So I don't want that to happen one day and lose all of the content that I made, all the videos that I made. So instead, I save all my videos and then I upload them onto my blog. So this way, nobody can shut down my website because it's my website, right? Then there's follow-up. So follow-up is basically keeping in touch with people that you already spoke to. So I have this little system that that is called 137, which is, once you send somebody, let's say, a business opportunity presentation, then you reach out to that person 3 times, after 1 day, after 3 days, and after 7 days. So after 1 day, you just reach out to that person and say, hey, how's it going? Did you watch the video that I sent you? If they don't respond to you, if they don't reply to the message, you send a second message 3 days later and you say, hey, do you have any questions about the opportunity to earn extra income from home? And if they don't respond to that one, then you send the last message 7 days after, which sounds something like, hey, before removing you from my prospects list, I just wanted to check with you again if you still want to earn extra income from home, right? Because, if you send somebody one message, there's a chance that they missed that message. There's a chance that they were driving at the time. There's a chance that maybe they were in the toilet at the time or something, right? And they couldn't respond to you. But if you send somebody 3 messages and they haven't responded to a single one of them, it's pretty clear that they're not interested, right? So you're just giving them a chance, enough chances. And of course, follow-up can also be a long-term follow-up. So maybe if you've been in business for a while, maybe you've been contacting people 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. So you can reach out to those people and say, hey, John, I know when we spoke a year ago, you said you were not open to earning extra income from home, but maybe something's changed within the last year. And maybe now you would like to find out how you could earn money from your phone. And you never know, right? Because somebody's life can change within a year, right? So that's, again, a way to follow up. Then you have birthdays. So again, I check birthdays every single day. And I don't know if you guys know how, but it's very easy. If you just go on Facebook and in the search bar at the top, if you just type in birthdays, a little icon will pop up. If you click on that, it'll show you who from your friends list is celebrating birthday today, right? And then you can just go on and congratulate them. And I would recommend never to write a post on the timeline, instead to private message them and tell them happy birthday, just because it's going to improve your algorithm. Because if you send somebody a happy birthday message, they say thank you, then you say you're welcome. Now that's a couple of message exchange, and now you've just caused an algorithm to improve, meaning that Facebook will think, oh, they are real friends because they're messaging each other, right? So let's show their posts to each other. So now there's a bigger chance that that person will see your posts and that you will see that person's post. And if you message people privately with happy birthday, that means within a year, you've actually messaged every single one of your friends on Facebook. So even if you have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 friends, if you congratulate people with their birthday every day, within a year, you literally messaged every single person on your Facebook. And then you have presentations sent. So again, I like to keep track of people that actually send the information. So here I might just write how many presentations I sent, but I always write people's names who I send the presentation, so that next day I can follow up with them, right? Because that's one of the skills that most people drop the ball and they don't do the follow-up. And that's why they leave a lot of money on the table. Because, when I first started, I thought, well, if a person is interested in earning extra income and I send them the presentation, it's their job to message me and say, hey, I looked at it and I'm interested, right? But it's just the way it is that, for them, you're not the number one priority. They just found out about you and they've got a million other things going on. It's easier for them to forget about you than for you to forget about them. So if you're sending somebody an information, it is your job to reach out to them, by the end of the day or next day or whatever, and, continue the conversation. And then the last bit is personal development. Just a reminder to, do personal development. So for me, I don't even really need it there anymore because it's something that I do automatically anyway, right? So, whether that's reading a book, before you go to bed, whether that's, listening to something while you are doing things, as I always say, when your hands are busy and your brain is free and your mind is free, you should be doing personal development. If you're driving, you shouldn't be listening to your radio. You should be listening to an audiobook or a podcast. If you're cooking, if you're ironing, if you, exercising, if you're going for a walk with a dog, you should be listening to something that will grow you as a person, that will help you to develop the skills in network marketing, etc. And I always buy video courses. I always buy virtual training events, in order to invest in myself. Last week it was Rank Makers Live, a 3-day training event run by my mentor Ray Higdon. This week, or just past weekend, was Fraser Brooks's event, 3 days of Success Summit, and in December is going to be GoPro event, another 3 days of training. So I always try to invest in myself, update my knowledge, learn from the best, because there's so many people who achieved incredible success in network marketing. So you can learn from them and shorten your journey. Like my mentor Eric Worre says, personal development is like a time machine. Imagine somebody who wrote a book and put their 20 years experience in that book. You read that book and you become 20 years wiser without having to live for another 20 years. You know what I mean? So you're speeding up the process, when you're learning from people who already got the results. So this is the daily method of operation, guys, that I wanted to share with you today. And now, as usual, what we're going to do, we're just going to open up for the Q&A. So if you have any questions about what you heard today, now is your time. Just open your mic or drop a comment in the questions box, and I'll be more than happy to answer them.
Good afternoon, Gediminas, Mr. Ryan, and all others. Okay, so my question for you is, what time do you appropriate for each task, each set?
Right. So there isn't a particular time, like I give 5 minutes to this or that. When people struggle with the discipline, when they struggle to keep, with the activities, I usually, recommend them what I call the alarm clock technique, where, if you're struggling to focus and concentrate on one task and do one task, then you can use the alarm clock technique, where you just, you take your phone and you set alarm, let's say after 1 hour. And then you say, this hour, I'm just going to be messaging people. So that means in that hour, unless your house is on fire, you don't do anything else, right? So you're not responding to messages, you're not answering calls, you're not checking who commented on your post on social media. You're just sending messages for that hour. Alarm clock rings. Great. Now you can go make yourself a cup of tea, do whatever you want. Then you set maybe another half an hour for writing posts. And then you spend that half an hour writing posts, etc. So if you struggle to discipline yourself, I would recommend the alarm clock technique. But for me, that I can tell you, like half of those activities that I mentioned to you is already on autopilot, because I just do them automatically, right? So I do my Facebook Live, I save that live, I pop it onto YouTube, I open an email platform, MailChimp, I write an email about what I spoke in that video, I send that video, I put a blog post, so a lot of those activities are already tied up together. It's like a sequence, you do one, then you do the next one, you do the next one, etc. And you just, like, half of those activities are just happening on autopilot because I do them every single day. I wouldn't recommend you starting, because some of you might look at that daily method and go, oh my gosh, so you're telling me from tomorrow I need to start doing 36 things? No way. Guys, I started with one activity. I started with doing live every day. I remember this about 3 years ago. I went to Irina's house and I said, Irina, I want to start doing lives every single day. And from today, I'm going to do a live every single day. Like if you don't see my live at the end of the day, you've got my permission to kick my ass. And that's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to stick to that one activity. I'm never going to miss of it. And there were days when, like, we would do a presentation in London. I would drop off Irina at her house in Luton like 11 o'clock at night. And I've got another hour to drive to Peterborough. And I know by the time I get to Peterborough, it's going to be tomorrow, right? So I would sit outside Irina's house in my car at 11 o'clock at night. Hey guys, Gediminas here. Just wanted to do a video today. Because that's what, that's like live or die. I have to do that one activity. Then I kept doing lives. I did that for a few weeks, maybe a month or so. And then I get used to doing that thing, right? And then I go, well, I'm doing this video already. Why not upload that video onto YouTube? Like, I did the work already. It only takes me a few seconds to save that video and pop it onto YouTube. So I stack. So I call this stacking habits. So you go one habit, you develop it over a couple of weeks, then you stack a second habit on top of it. Now I'm doing a live and I'm uploading a video to YouTube. Doing a live, uploading video to YouTube every single day, right? Then I go, okay, well, since I'm uploading it to YouTube already, it takes only another few seconds to convert that video into audio and make a podcast. So now I'm doing a live, I'm putting it on YouTube, and I'm putting an audio podcast. Now I'm doing 3 things every day, right? So imagine if you did one thing a month, if you added one thing a month. After a year, you got 12 things that you're doing every single day. After 2 years, you got 24 things that you do every single day. After 3 years, you got 36 things that you do every single day. I'm telling you, your income, your level, your team, your social media will be like day and night after that period. So most of us, I know we want this life change, in a second. We want just change everything in a day. But it doesn't work like that most of the time. I don't know how many times in the last 12 years since I've been in the business, I was like, okay, that's it. From tomorrow, I'm starting these 18 things. And then you do like 2.5 out of 18, you get disappointed and you go, sod it. And then you go back to what you were doing, right? Which is nothing, right? So I'd rather add one habit at a time and develop it, let's say each month. But what if you did it a week? Like, you do something for a week, you add a second thing. You do those 2 for a week, you add a third thing. Then over a year, that's 52 things. I don't think that's even reasonable, right? You don't really need that many things to do. You know what I mean? But you get where I'm going with this thing. So you don't need to start with 75 things to do. Start with one. Build the habit. Develop the habit. You know what I mean?
Gediminas, I appreciate that information, man. I was coming on here and asking myself, okay, what new am I going to learn today? Because I've been on a couple DMO trainings already. I've even done a DMO training myself. But again, as I said in that video, meetings make you money. And I learned quite a few things today. I never knew that you could have gone live on Telegram. That's news for me.
Yep.
I learned something new there. And putting everything on YouTube, I've been procrastinating with that because I have all these videos that I've already been doing, and all this short content on TikTok is good for shorts on YouTube also.
Exactly, because now YouTube has
and
shorts.
As you said, I've already done the work, so I need to just get those over to YouTube Shorts. I heard Jessie Lee talk about going live on various platforms together. She used different devices though, but I like the StreamYard. I like the StreamYard option.
Totally. Because you can, I don't know how many of you guys use StreamYard. It has a free version.
I've never used it.
Yeah, it has a free version where you can stream to one place, right? It's still, for me, 10 times better than a regular Facebook Live, because here you put a title for yourself, so this one only you see it, and this is the description that everybody on Facebook going to see. So you put your title, you can put your registration link, you can put your shop link, whatever, depending on what you're going to be selling on that live, whatever. You create the broadcast, so it loads up the room. It'll ask for your name, so you put your name the way you want it to be displayed. You've got your camera, you've got your mic, you check everything's working. You get into a studio, you're at the bottom here, so you add yourself to the stream. If you're doing it with somebody else, you can just click invite, grab a link, send it to Clifton. Clifton comes on, he will appear here at the bottom as well. So I click on it, I add him to the stream. Now the screen is split in half. So it's super easy to do interviews with people and things like that on StreamYard, right? You've got your name displayed, right? Which looks a bit more professional than a regular live, right? I can go create a banner. and put a little line running at the bottom. So imagine today is 30% off all pure perfumes. You can write that and just let it run at the bottom of the screen. You might be talking about something completely different, but the line at the bottom is running 30% off pure collection, perfumes for men and women. Somebody might message you about that, right? Or you can do a banner that's not like running at the bottom, but just like a banner that appears. So you can, like, let's say you're going to be doing a training, a Facebook Live about 5 things to do when you wake up in the morning. So you can write those 5 things and go, number 1 is this, and blah, blah, blah. You talk about it. Then number 2 is this, right? You can have these little banners prepared. You can have your logos and things like that. So like you can see here at the corner, I've got my little, you can't see it here, but it's like my name and like few like social media profiles. I can have some logos in the corner here. Like, for example, if I do a certain training program, I can stick a little, symbol there, right? A little course thing, right? So that's there in the corner and things like that. So it has loads of cool stuff. It has those little intros that you can do before you start your live. It does a little countdown, and you can use the basic one, or you can create your own one if you want. Pay somebody to create one, so it's pretty cool thing, and then you just have your comments running here on the side. You're doing your live, and you can share the screen, right? So I can go ahead and share my screen on here, and then show slides. I can do a Facebook Live, and I'm showing my slides on a Facebook Live, on my wall, etc. So totally awesome platform. And because I've got a paid platform, I can actually, when I go create new broadcast, I can go select my profile, my business page, and my Facebook group. So I'm doing a live, and it's streaming automatically into 3 different places. Or I could add my LinkedIn profile. I could add my YouTube channel. So I could be streaming to my Facebook profile, to my LinkedIn profile, and to my YouTube at the same time, or at Twitter or whatever, right? So it's just a super cool platform, free or paid version. And I like the paid version because once I did a live, it saves automatically the recordings. So I don't need to remember to press the record button. And when I go to download the recording, it automatically gives me video recording and audio recording. So straight away, I can download them, stick it on YouTube, stick it on my audio podcast, Bob's Your Uncle, right? So super great platform. Highly recommend to use it. I've been using it now for a few years. Amazing and very reliable. Very rarely, like in 2 years that I've been using StreamYard, one time it didn't work. Whereas with Zoom, it happened only like 50 times to me, that it didn't work, So very reliable platform. Very rarely that it doesn't work or it stops working or something like that.
Awesome. I love that, Gediminas. I've heard of StreamYard before. I went onto the site before also, but I just never used it. So I'm going to learn a little bit more about that and start using it myself. I love the features.
Yeah, like Jim Rohn used to say, if you apply training, it can really help, otherwise it makes really good notes.
Yeah. And you could just stack those notes. And that's one of the most important things I heard you said. I saw a lot of persons started commenting in the chat. By the way, guys, I like how you all are very interactive here right now in the chat. But stacking those habits, I think that is one of the most powerful things that I heard you say today also, because sometimes you think about doing 10 things for the day and you're overwhelmed. But if you start just doing one, get accustomed to that, and then add another one, pretty soon you're doing 20 things.
Yep.
Thank you.
Totally. It's so much easier. For me, totally transformed my day. And again, in terms of routines, again, some of you are early risers, some of you are more like a late person. So for me, one thing that also really transformed my day and my activity was building that morning routine. Like waking up in the morning, like Grant Cardone says, beat the sun. So like waking up early in the morning, like 5 a.m., or 6 a.m., whatever your comfortable level, right? And then using those first few hours of the day while everybody's still asleep to get as much done as possible. And I laugh. I say sometimes now I do more within my first 3 hours of the day than I used to do when I first started network marketing 12 years ago in the whole day. because I wake up, I might, do my live, I might post videos on YouTube, I might schedule my posts throughout the day, I might send an email, etc. So by the time 9 o'clock hits, I've already done like 15 things off my DMO. Like I can afford now to go and spend the rest of the day with my kids or do something else. And that night when my head hits the pillow, I'm not going to feel guilty that, oh my gosh, another day gone by and I did nothing for my business. Literally just in those first few hours, I did so much activity that I'm justified to have a bit of free time. Now, obviously, if you're going to spend every day in the park playing with your kids, you're not going to build a tremendous business, but you know what I mean? Like my mentor, Ray Higdon says, it's not bad to have a low activity, but you should never have a day of no activity. So like you saw my daily method of operation, it has 31 days on it. It hasn't got weekends on it crossed out. It hasn't got holidays, bank holidays crossed out, etc. Right? A network marketer doesn't look at weekends or bank holidays or whatever. It's just a day. Right? It's just a day. And there should be no days where you haven't sent a single message. There should be no days when you haven't posted anything on social media. It doesn't matter if it's Sunday, if it's whatever, if it's your birthday, if it's Christmas, like I love Fraser Brooks's, toilet technique. Hey, look, I don't care who you are. You're going to go to toilet today, right? And if you go to toilet, take your phone with you. And while you're at it, don't do a live, right? That would be a bit inappropriate, but send 10 messages, right? Put a little post, stick a story, picture on a story, right? Not a picture of you in the toilet, but another picture that you already had in your phone, right? You know what I mean? Like everybody has time for their business. It's just we find excuses where I'm too busy. I couldn't do a post today. Come on. You couldn't do a 15-second TikTok today? Like it's literally one sentence. Like, hey, like whatever, Zig Ziglar, right? If you help enough people to get what they want, you will get everything you want. That's a TikTok, guys. That's it. That's a TikTok. And you can put that TikTok and you might get 25,000 views on that video. And a bunch of people commenting and following you. And now you can contact those followers and recruit them into your business. How hard was that to say one sentence in front of a camera? Not that hard. But we find these little excuses, I'm too busy. I'm too busy for TikTok. I'm too busy for YouTube. I'm too busy. Nobody's too busy. You know what I mean? It's just priorities.
Well, thanks, Gediminas. Tonight's been a fantastic training. For those who aren't able to be here, well, they'll see the recording, but it's brilliant just being here. And I was trying to look at your DMO at the actual platform, trying to be nosy. Is that an Excel platform or is that it is?
It's actually it's numbers because I'm on Mac, but yeah, it's an Excel file. What I'll do, guys, I'll pop in because I see Genevieve also asking, will it be shared? So I'll pop that file onto Rising Stars group. You can download, change it, tweak it, adapt it to your own needs, and yeah, use it.
Oh, brilliant. And I, like you, Clifton, I do a lot of videos, just short form videos, and I never even thought about putting it on the YouTube, which is so easy. So I'm not really optimizing everything that I need to do. So I need to start stacking that on there now too. But thank you.
Because you've done the work, so if you, like I say, if you do a short form, then that means it should go on Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and you can even stick it on other platforms like LinkedIn or whatever. And after a few days, you can then put that video into your stories.
Right.
I wouldn't recommend to put the same video in your reel and your story on the same day, but like next day, stick it in your story. So like squeeze the juice out of that work you've did, right? If you did a Facebook Live, that video should be everywhere and you should be like getting every little ounce of usefulness out of that video. If you did a TikTok, then that video should be everywhere, right? Because you get the most value out of it, right? And then recycle. Like a year later, nobody's going to remember what you put on TikTok. So you can start recycling those videos, saving them and putting them as a new video on your TikTok, on your Reels, etc. And everybody going to be, oh my gosh, amazing new video, right? Because those who were following you, they already forgot about it. And those who are not following you, for them, it's a new video because they've never seen it. Nobody's going to scroll back a year ago where you posted, you know what I mean? So it's just, again, you can recycle the content again and again.
Yeah, I like that. I like also what you said, provide the value in the beginning. You could talk about something totally different, and at the end, business opportunity or whatever product you want to,
Exactly,
mention to them.
exactly.
That's a brilliant
This way
idea.
you remove that, what the Big Al used to call salesman alarm. As soon as they feel that it's the sale, the alarm starts going on, and they just, like, you talking, but all they can hear is whoa, 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 because the block is already in place, right? They're filtering off the information, so you have to get past that salesman alarm. And one of the best ways is through value. If they see that you're giving value, they don't care you sell at the end of that video. They don't care. They will still share those videos. They will still comment. They will still invite other people to watch, etc. That's how I grew my social media, only through the value. And it's unbelievable. You can't even imagine who will watch it. I was telling the story where before the pandemic, we went to GoPro in Las Vegas, and we're watching this amazing event in GoPro, and I'm going up the stairs to go to the toilet in this massive MGM Grand Arena, and somebody grabs my hand and goes, "Gediminas," and I'm like, yeah, like, I'm Dundee, and the guy says hi to me, and like I don't know who that guy is, right? So I say hi, and I go to the toilet. And he runs up, like I'm coming out of the toilet, and he's waiting for me. He goes, "I've been watching your videos." Like, the guy lives in the USA, and he started seeing my lives on my channel, started following me, shared my videos, etc. And now we met in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? What's the chances? Like, another leader reached out to me saying, "Hey, like, I want to hire you to do some trainings, etc. for my team, because somebody from my team forwarded your email to me. I saw your email newsletter, and I was very impressed with the stuff you're sharing." And I was like, wow, like, you don't even know where that content is ever going to reach and who's going to see it, and etc. So if you just keep producing value, you've got no idea what you can do and how many people you can reach and the lives you can impact and the business you can build. It's just absolutely incredible.
Indeed.
Awesome, guys. So we've got about 4 minutes left. And what we're going to do, we're going to switch gears, and then we're going to go into the business opportunity presentation. So we're just going to give a couple of minutes for everybody to join, because it's the same link. And then in about 4 minutes, we'll start the business opportunity presentation, so you can deepen your knowledge about the FM business opportunity. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just stop recording now.